Hello and welcome back to more Oshinoko. This is season 2, episode 3. I'm glad I said the right name of the right show because for some reason I was just about to say Tower of God. I think I've been thinking that I'm about to watch Tower of God a bunch of times as I'm going to record this video. I don't know what it is. I guess they're both just... You know what it is? They're both seasonal anime that I have read the source material of a long time ago. So I guess, you know, them both landing on the same season is kind of crazy. But Oshinoko, this has been incredible. I really, genuinely do not remember what's going to happen. And I'm loving, trying to understand, how these character motivations are going to clash. And, generally, because, you know, what's her name? Abiko? Abiko has started to, she's decided to write the play herself, but I'm saying, you know, a writer, a manga writer doesn't necessarily know how to write a play. I mean, I think that's one of the biggest leaps you can take. I can understand a manga writer, I can see them writing a TV show, sure. I can see them writing a movie, probably, but a play is kind of like a different beast. It's really difficult to understand what goes into a theater performance. So let's see how it turns out in this episode. This is season 2, episode 3. Make sure to support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Go to my Patreon account if you want the full-length reaction and early access for certain series and exclusive videos for both this channel and my Gent Watches One Piece channel. So go check all of that out. But let's jump into this season 2, episode 3 of Oshinoko. Oh, Ruby. You're in Playboy. Pin-up girl, in-demand actress. That makes sense. Damn. She did that in season 1 as well. Well, that gives you guys time to do something together. Oh, that's right. They're going to watch the Stage Around show. And Akane's all disguised, of course. I like her little disguise outfit. It's cute. Is this like a table tennis play? That'd be sick. Cool. Whoa. Wow, he's taken in. I think it was successful, Kane. I think he liked it. Yeah. God damn. That's cool. Akane being so excited. Good. I'm glad that you can tell her that. Some people hold on to their pride too much. She's excited you're enjoying something she likes. Yeah. Oh. The producer guy's here. Oh, really? Cool. She's so cute. Oh, probably not. Yeah, you're realizing it now having seen the play. A play. Exactly. Oh, damn. So, yeah, he walks the walk. Yeah, they have fun.
でもどうにかできるのはライダさんだけですよ。原作者にも脚本家にも主張がある。問題はそこに存在するディスコミュニケーション。
Yeah, they might be able to make a really good script if they work together.
より良い感動台にちょっと小づくくらいをしておくか。
I like that Aqua doesn't get involved for a long time, but then eventually he'll go, fuck it, I'll help a bit. I like Akane's choker, that's cute. Oh my gosh. So many people being mean to each other. Not mean, but you know, cold.
16です。
17。
16。
17。わっか。
No drinking.
漫画家に限らず、一度売れた創作者ってのは大体自分が一番実力があると思ってるって、周りは太鼓持ちばかりになって助言を聞こうともしなくなる。唯一助言を聞き入れる。
Yeah, exactly. You might listen to Sensei.
師匠ならなおよ、鮫島abikoを説得できるのはこの人しかいない。
That is true.
基本的に週刊連載って人間週刊用にチューンナップされた。
That's coming from Aka directly.
でも描かなきゃいけないカラーイラストの仕事だとか監修物だとかが山のようにあるでしょうし、ただ漫画は多弁。
Yeah.
漫画家同士って漫画を
That type of personality where once you get them going, they can keep talking.
けどそれができずに苦しんでる子だって。
Cute.
まあその後サクッと終場
Damn, that's a lot of volumes.
一瞬で追い抜かれていって。編集さんとかは注意しないんですか？
I wonder what would happen if she made a second
編集の仕
series.
事って
Would it be as popular?
正解は売れた漫画を終わらせないこと。
Yeah.
メディアミックス中の作品なんてまあ終わらせてくれない。編集者はわがままな作家のベビーシッターみたいなことをするはめに
Makes
なる。
sense.
どうした有馬？
身に覚えがありすぎて死にたくなってきてます。周りにイエスマンしかいないと本当に。
Yes, yes it does. Well, that's right, you've gotten better, Arima. Oh, and Melt related to it too.
私もアビコ先生に思うところは死ぬほどある。
It's gotta be hard for her. She doesn't want to tell her friend what to
舞
do.
台の人たち、現場を信じて任せて。
And look what happened. Oh,
なっちゃったんじゃないですか。
that's something she kind of doesn't respect about you. Shit.
私はこの世のクリエイターの9割は三流。
I don't like that opinion.
自分の才覚だけ。
I would not get along with Abiko in real life.
先生、アニメ化が決まったんです。
Aww. She was so excited
おめ
then.
でとう。先生は私の師匠ってずっ
Aww.
と原作をいじられることに不満を持つアビコ先生の気持ち、本心はアビコ先生と同じ。できることなら愛を持ってキャラに触れてほしい。
Yeah.
キャラは本当ごめんね。舞台のスケジュールとか押してるのも知ってるんだけど。
That's a really, really reasonable response.
こちら
でも一つだけ。これを
Oh,
先生
what
に
is
もらえま
this?
せんか？
It's a death threat. I'll fucking kill you if you write this play.
健康中なのでこちらからすみません。あれ？そっちの締め切りって昨
Oh,
日じゃ
she's
なかった？
behind because she's also working on the script, probably.
こんなんでアシスタント呼べるの？今アシスタントいないんで。
You don't have any assistants right
何
now?
度言っても絵柄合わせてくれないし。
Oh,
背景で感情表現全然
she's
できてない
too
し。
much of a perfectionist.
修正163話の時だから2ヶ月前からですね。
God
寝てる
damn.
の？一応毎日2時間
Oh.
今日はデッドなので寝てないです。
So I mean, her stresses would be
そ
even
れ死ぬわよ。もっとリ
more.
アルに言うなら。ああ、それもありましたね。この原稿終わったらやらなきゃ。
Oh my god.
手伝うわ。適当に背景埋めるからね。
She's so
いいです
nice.
あの担当使えないんで。えり好みしすぎなだけじゃないの？アシスタントは育てるものでしょ。そんな余裕はないで
That's
す。
the big thing. You're expecting them to come in ready.
育てようとしてもこんな生活はダメよ。多少妥協しても人間らしい生活をしなさい。
I like how she's being stern with her.
自分がうまくやれないのを人のせいにしてるようにしか見えない。そういうの首を絞めるのよ。そういうの5000万部売ってないってもらいます。こっちはそういうレベルで戦ってるんです。言うようになったわね。それ言われて言い返せるまで。
Damn, she wasn't.
この業界にほとんど本当に無敵の返しよ。
Yeah.
確かでも悪いけど私の方が面白いから。あんた
Hell yeah!
でもそれだけ本質的にエンタメで。
Oh, I like this.
トブルがまさにそれでしょうが。読者にこび始めた12巻以降、正直微妙。
Oh shit!
読者人気に気をされて中途半端にねじ込んでるパナマが書いてんじゃね。私なりに読者の期待に応えようと頑張って。図星ですか？
I really like this.
見ましたよ、今日アマのドラマ。まあひどかった。
She
そんなの許しちゃってプライドない。
she didn't let them do that.
よそから言われ、あなたも私も3本書けば2本はつまんない漫画あげるじゃん。
That's kind of what I was saying before.
聞きましたよ。自宅にキャスト呼んでご飯会とかしてるらしいじゃないですか。
Yeah, and you were invited.
それくらいよ。できるわけないですよ。私は先生みたいに他人とうまくやれないんです。ああ、もうメソメソと。黙ってペイで進めなさい。
I really like their relationship.
いつぶりに書くんですか。パス油断出たらボツ出します。今週こそやばいっていつも思いながら。
I bet Aka feels like this so much when he's writing manga. Yeah. I like how she didn't take it personally. Yeah. She knows her, she understands her. I'm nice to them. Yeah, I meet her halfway. She hated it so much because it ruined your work. She cares about your work. I disagree with what she's saying, but I understand her. Yeah, because you had something that... Ah. Ah. That's a great idea. Send her to the play. That's a great idea. Oh, I loved that episode. I love this show. It's so good. There's so much good character work in it, and also just like comments on the industry and stuff. So I think this is a good time to like just say like my thoughts on adaptations in general, because I mean, funnily enough, I'm watching an adaptation right now. Like, this is an adaptation of a work that I have read and I do care about, and it's an excellent adaptation. But manga to anime adaptations tend to be a lot more accepted in the world. Like, there's a lot higher of a success rate with anime adaptations of manga. Because, I mean, it's a very smooth transition from one to another. And also, because the industry does it so much now that, like, we're kind of used to it. We kind of know how to do it. But it's much harder to, like, transition a manga to live action or a manga to a movie or whatever. So, anyway, the thing that I always feel about adaptations is I watch a character like Abiko, and, like, I really like her character because I disagree so heavily with a lot of the things she says. And she's like exactly the type of person that is like very far away from what I feel about media. And I'm speaking about this as a person who, like, I don't think that if you feel the way that Abiko feels about media, like, I truly don't think that means you love the media more. I think it means you have maybe an unhealthy relationship with the media, because basically, like, I'm someone who I love TV shows, I love anime. There's a reason I started up doing this channel, because it was something I was very passionate about, and I wanted to share that passion with other people. I wanted to talk about the shows that I love with people, and like to, you know, talk about them in a video, put stuff up where I'm like gushing about the storytelling and the character work. It's something that matters a lot to me. So I know how sort of like deeply you can get invested in a show and how much it can matter to you, and I can feel it in my heart. So with that being said, I really don't like the idea, and by the way, anything I'm saying here is not me criticizing the writing of the character or the series or anything like that. I think the series and the episode and the characters are all brilliantly, beautifully written. And I'm saying this also as a person who understands Abiko. I understand why she feels this way, even though I don't agree with her. I'm just saying why I don't agree with her, which is like, when you love a series that much, the series exists and it matters to you, and it will be there to matter for you. This is, of course, unless we're talking about something like, I don't know, Marvel Heroes or something, like an MMO that was really fun to me but went offline, and so I can never play it again. Like, I literally can't play that game again, right? So that's a different thing where like I don't even have the media. But for her, like, she Sweet Today, she loves that manga. She owns that manga. She has it. She can read it at any time. It still exists. It still is there for her. And I mean, I talked about this a little in my girls band cry reactions as well. But there's a toxic fandom that exists that basically, like, with any series, they care about it so much that they think the way I care about it is the way it's supposed to be cared about. The feelings that I have for it are the right feelings to have for this series, and other people who don't like the same things that I like about it are consuming it wrong. They're not true fans. Like, that's a big thing that people, if they don't say it, if they don't say the words they're not true fans, they are certainly implying it with, like, you know, stuff like, you don't understand the point of this series, or you don't understand the point of this music, you know. Like, when they are saying that, they're generally saying it like, oh, you know, like, they might ship these two characters, and it's like they care about that ship more than anything, and then when the series diverts away from that ship and diverts to something else, they go, the series isn't being itself anymore. It's gone off the rails. It's jumped the shark. It's it, like, you know, it feels like fan fiction now. Like, they do all of these things to just basically go, it's not what I wanted from the series. And that's kind of okay for something to not be the way you want it, because as hard as it is, you can just go, all right, I'm done with this, you know. Like, I don't enjoy it that much anymore. I'm just gonna put it down. There's many series that I've been watching, and I had a fun enough time with it, but at a certain point I was like, yeah, I'm happy with that. Like, I'll check out there. I'm finished right now, you know. Like, what is it? Is there an example that I can think of? The Walking Dead. I was watching The Walking Dead when it first came out, right? I watched first season, I loved it. I watched the second season, I genuinely did love it. I think people started to, like, say that second season's where it started to get bad, but I loved it. Watched the third season. I was watching this with my friend as well. Third season, I liked it, you know. Fourth season, yeah, it was alright. I can't remember exactly where I stopped. Wherever the episodes are where there's like there's people living in the garbage dump or whatever. I was watching it with my family at that point. And so, like, every time Walking Dead would come out, we'd all go watch it together. And there was a point where I was watching the episode and I went, I don't think I'm enjoying this anymore. And I just said to my dad, like, next time you watch Walking Dead, you guys can watch it without me. I think I'm done. But I don't, like, sometimes I will see my family watching Walking Dead. I don't go down and go like, oh, this show is still on. Oh, it's gone to shit. This is fucking awful or whatever. I don't think that's helpful. You know, like, some of my family, I don't even know if it's on anymore, but they still enjoyed it sometimes, you know? And there are other people who do still enjoy series like that. If they enjoy it, that's great, you know? I got what I wanted out of the series, and then I moved on with my life. And so, like, I understand you could have a reaction like that to a piece of media, but it doesn't make you in the right. It doesn't mean you loved the series properly or you were a real fan of the series or anything. And so, like, of course, and the other main thing that I wanted to talk about, I actually went off on a tangent there because I wasn't making the point that I was trying to make. The point that I was trying to make is sometimes bad things will still have something in it that was good that to me makes it worth it. So, in the Sweet Today TV drama thing, there was that final episode with that final scene, and the manga author, and I keep forgetting the author of Sweet Today's name in this series. I remember Abiko, but I don't remember her name, which kind of sucks because I just call her Sensei. But Sensei, she really got attached to that scene, and it's like that scene was the one that was like perfectly done, and to her, that's all she needed. You know, like that's, she says like, I don't regret it, because she looks at that series and it's like, yeah, all of the episodes were bad, but that last one, I got to see my series properly come alive, and I saw it play out how I had imagined in the perfect way. And it's like, if they didn't make that series, I wouldn't have seen that. I got a special moment because of that. So yeah, it was overall bad, but you can still find good things within it a lot of the time. And so I think that as well with adaptations, like because the artists aren't trying to fuck up the series generally, you know? There are kind of exceptions that I think are that are kind of iffy. Like, I don't watch the Witcher Netflix show, right? But I did hear the writers talking about, you know, I saw the interviews or whatever of writers talking about how they actually don't like the source material. That's kind of a failing of the people who hired the writers. Like, you kind of, that does feel like a little bit of a slap in the face. Like, if you are trying to make a series for fans of The Witcher, but you hire people who don't even really like The Witcher, like that's kind of shitty, right? But generally, when a series is being made, the people who are writing it, they at least are trying to make the series as best they can, you know. Whether they're successful or not, it's not the main thing. They're at least trying, and we should allow people to try that stuff, because if we keep telling people like these adaptations will always be shit, or like, oh no, like if when they announce a live action or a adaptation or a TV show or whatever, you go, oh my god, they're doing that? That's so shit. Then you're being toxic for no reason, and what you're doing is you're possibly taking away from something that we could get that might be really cool. I'm always going to use the example of the One Piece live action because I loved the One Piece live action, and so many people, as soon as that was announced, went, this is the stupidest idea in the world. Like, how could you even do One Piece in live action? This is shit. This is going to be disgusting. The CGI is going to be horrible. The casting is going to be terrible. It's going to ruin One Piece. It's going to ruin the manga. And guess what? I think the One Piece live action got more people into One Piece than kind of anything has in the past 10 years. Like, the live action was so much fun and hit the heart of the series while also changing a lot. I feel like if fans were like reading the changes that they were going to make in the live action before they watched it, they would have been talking about how they don't know what they're doing and it's shit and they don't understand the characters and blah, 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 blah. But when it all comes together in the show, it works. And that's because we allowed them. I mean, we didn't allow them. They just did it. But like, if we had boycotted it, if we had stopped them from, you know, if we had like gotten the studios to stop production on that, we never would have gotten that awesome and fun series. And I'm so looking forward to season 2 of that show. So, adaptations are a tricky thing, and I don't like the way fans talk about them generally. I'm like really against it. So with all that being said, Abiko, I don't agree with her, but I understand her as a character. I like her motivations being that she's protective of her mentor, and she knows how much her mentor cares about the series and how much she cares about her mentor's series, and then seeing someone else not understand that properly, it's frustrating for her. But I think that it's frustrating for her as a person who doesn't know how to connect with people properly. She doesn't really see things from other people's perspective. Abiko is not an empathetic person. And so because of that, she doesn't understand that other people could have seen different things in the series, that other people might have been trying their best, that other people like don't necessarily have the same views on everything that she does. So it's tough for her, but really well written character regardless. I loved I'm going to go through the rest of my notes quicker because I spent a long time on that tangent. And also, a lot of the time, I've done that sort of a similar tangent to that in the past. I generally get 1 or 2 comments about people who disagree with me on that. And the people who generally comment, I'm not saying you can't disagree with that opinion of mine, but the people who generally do disagree with that opinion leave comments that I'm like, it seems like you're a bad person. Like from the comments that I read of them, they seem like they aren't a super nice person, and they're exactly the sort of toxic fan I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm gonna go through the rest of my notes quickly because I did that discussion for a long time. Aqua loves theater. I love that, like, I mean, he doesn't love theater, but I love that he followed what Akane said. He went to the theater show. He was blown away by it, and he was man enough to fucking admit it. You know, I think a lot of people will, when they say, "Oh, this thing is shit," and then they're taken to watch it, they're gonna be sitting there like this the whole time, and like they will refuse to like it. So even if they have a great time, they'll go out and go, yeah, it was okay, you know. Like they'll try very hard to play it down as much as they can because they don't want the other person to get the satisfaction of having the "I told you so," you know. And I think that's super annoying. So I really like that Aqua was like, it was way better than I imagined, and I really liked this, and I really liked this, and it was so sweet that Akane was just so excited about it, because that feeling of like you love something so much, and then you get to, I mean, this is why people like reaction videos. I'm sure a lot of people who are watching this video understand this feeling of, I love something so much, I want to see someone else love it. And that's why you watch reaction videos. You love something so much, you look up videos of other people and hope that they also fall in love with the show. It's adorable. It's so good. And that's also why on this channel, when I'm making videos, I tend to, I mean, this is also how I go through life, but it also helps with the videos. If I'm not a big fan of something, I don't want to like shit on it, because a lot of the time, people who are watching these videos are going to be fans of the series, and it's kind of like shitty to like go to fans of the series and tell them that everything they like is horrible, you know? I'll still say when I'm not a big fan of something, but I'm not gonna like drill into it, because it's just not really fun for anyone. It's not fun for me to drill into something, and it's not fun for another person to watch someone tear into something that they love, because I might be wrong about why I dislike it, you know, or not wrong about why I dislike it, but I might be disliking it for a reason that's really biased on my perspective, you know, and I wouldn't even know about it. Why did I write God wrote this play? Oh, Goa wrote this play. Right, I thought I wrote God in capital letters. God was the writer of this play. Goa wrote the play, which I think is really a really nice touch as well. Like Aqua went to see the play, he loved it, he thought it was really good, and then the, you know, white-haired, black-haired guy came up and went, hey, you know, Goa wrote that, which I think is awesome, you know, that that they drive home like, look, he's a good writer, he knows what he's doing, he's an experienced in this industry. You had watched a play that you really enjoyed, and it was written by him. He knows what he's doing, and I mean, obviously, it's not necessarily going to convince Aqua, but now we've got Abiko going to see that play, maybe that'll convince her. Like, maybe she'll see the play, she might really like it and go, maybe this writer isn't a hack. Maybe he kind of knows what he's doing. And I think it's good, probably, like, I imagine she doesn't have a connection to whatever the table tennis, ping pong, play is. Like, I imagine it's an adaptation as well of, like, a manga. I imagine she doesn't have a connection to it. Or otherwise she might have heard of it or gone to see it or something. So because she doesn't have a connection to it, she might be able to see it from a new person watching theater's perspective. It would be cool as well if after she saw it and if she loved it, then they told her like, well, you know, that was very different from the manga. You know, the manga had more detail on this character and this character was completely different in this, you know, and it starts to say like, look, from this play, what you got was the feeling that the series is supposed to give you. You didn't get all of the characters exactly as they were, but you got like the heart of the series, and that's what we're trying to achieve. We're trying to achieve the heart of the series in this play. Because if you get the heart right, the fans are gonna like it just because it makes them feel a similar way, and new people are gonna like it because they're going to like get a unique experience that works well on stage, and then you're gonna get new fans in from everywhere, and then they're gonna experience the characters as they should be necessarily, quote unquote, in your manga, because they're gonna go, wow, this is really fucking good, and they'll go and read the manga. Also in this episode, them talking about how weekly manga isn't a thing that humans should be doing. It's very true, because weekly manga is excruciating. There's so much work that goes into it. I'm always blown away whenever I'm reading manga and I'm like, they put this together in a week. Like sometimes I won't have time to read one chapter of manga in a week. Like I'll just be so busy back to back to back. And then I'll get to the end of the week and I'm like, oh shit, I didn't read the manga last week. I guess I'll just read 2 chapters this week. And it's like, if I didn't have time to read it, how the hell do they have time to write and draw it? It must be, like, for a series like Oshinoko, at least, like, luckily, Aka just writes the story, and Memko? What the heck's her name? Mengo, right? Mengo draws the series. So at least they split up the work for them, you know? But with something like Kaguya-sama, Aka wrote and drew the whole thing, you know? And it's got to be so exhausting. I mean, you have assistants and stuff, but it's still so exhausting. And if you're interested in stuff like this, you should read or, I guess, watch Bakuman, which is a series by the Death Note creators about making manga. It was a manga that I really, really loved. I read the whole thing and I loved it. And it was super interesting about the manga industry. And it does show kind of how difficult that stuff is, but also it's very entertaining and fun. And it does have an anime. I only watched a little bit of the anime, and it seemed fine. You know, it's a bit of an older anime, so I didn't like the style of it as much because it felt like an older anime. But you know, I think it was probably a solid adaptation. And I'm sure as it went on, it would have gotten even better. So yeah, you can go check out the anime of it, or you can read the manga because the manga is really good. And so yeah, she was working on like 2 hours of sleep every day. So no wonder she's been like so extra cranky and frustrating, and has been arguing loudly with people and has been rude to people. Like, sleep deprivation will do that shit to you. Sleep deprivation and stress is going to be dragging someone like that down. So like, that's the thing. You got to take care of yourself so that you don't. So like, it makes me kind of more forgiving of her in the last episode. Because I understand, like, God, she's in a shitty place. And also, like, it makes her feel more and more depressed, which makes her feel like that's just how she is, you know? Like, a lot of the time when people are sleep deprived, they also feel like shit, and then they think that they feel like shit just because they feel like shit, so they might as well stay up or whatever. But sleep deprivation has a heavy influence on your mood, and you just won't notice it. So you need to take care of yourself and sleep and eat right and all that stuff, and then you can start worrying about shit. But yeah, anyway, that's it. That was a long fucking discussion, but that is it. That is episode whatever, season 2, episode 3 of Oshinoko. Thank you for joining me. Make sure to support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.